What's up guys, this is Jordan with Zero to Hero Muscle, and today I'm going to reveal to you exactly how to calculate your calories in order to start building muscle. This is one of the very first things and one of the most important things you need to learn in order to build muscle. Now the approach I'm going to share with you today is very simple, it's very easy, it's so easy a kindergartner could do it. So let's get right into it. The first thing you're going to need to know is your weight. So hop onto a scale, figure out your weight, and you're going to take that number and multiply it by a number between 12 and 14. Now what this scale of 12 to 14 represents is your activity level. 12 being absolutely sedentary, you're a total couch potato, you don't work out at all, you're lazy. 13, you're regularly active, you work out maybe 3 times a week, you're on a basic workout routine and exercise schedule. 14, you're extremely active every day of the week. You work out every day, you're just very, very active. So to help guide you through all of this, I'm going to use myself as an example throughout the entire process. So I'm going to take my weight of 180 pounds and multiply that by an activity level of 14. I work out every day, all kinds of exercise. I have a Doberman, I have to work out every day. So 180 multiplied by 14, and the number I get is 2,520. This number represents your daily caloric maintenance intake. In other words, the amount of calories you need to be eating per day in order to just maintain your current weight. So in my case, in order to maintain my weight of 180 pounds, I need to be taking in 2,520 calories on a daily basis. But our goal here is not to maintain our current weight. Our goal is to build muscle, right? So in order to do that, we need to eat in a caloric surplus, meaning more calories than it takes for us to maintain per day, taking in more calories than we burn each day. And my general recommendation is a surplus of about 300 to 500 calories per day. Any more than that and you're going to start to be gaining too much weight, and a lot of it, most of it, is going to be fat. You don't want that, you want to build muscle. So for me, I eat in a surplus of about 500 calories per day, so I add 500 to my number of 2,520 in order to bring me to 3,020 calories per day. Understand that 1 pound is equivalent to about 3,500 calories. So by eating in a surplus of 500 calories every day, that's 7 days a week multiplied by 500, which equals 3,500, 1 pound per week. And that's all you really want to be aiming for, again, to ensure that what you're building is muscle and you're not gaining fat. About 1 pound, even half a pound is a lot per week. So aim within that goal. Next thing you're going to need to calculate is your macros, because focusing on the calories alone is not going to build you muscle. You're going to need to specifically know the amount of fats, carbohydrates, and protein you need per day in order to give you the best results. All calories are made up of one of these 3 macronutrients. So just to start off with, as fundamental and basic knowledge, just know that 1 gram of protein equals 4 calories, 1 gram of carbohydrates equals 4 calories, and 1 gram of fats equals 9 calories. So let's start off by calculating your protein. As I always recommend, between 0.6 to 0.9 grams of protein per pound of body weight per day is about as much as you need in order to see good results. So for me, I'm going to take the 0.9 grams of protein, multiply it by my body weight of 180, and I'm going to come up with 162 grams of protein per day. Now to find out how many calories that makes up, we simply just multiply 162 grams by 4, because 1 gram of protein equals 4 calories, and the number we get is 648 calories. 648 calories of protein equaling 162 grams of protein per day that I need to be taking in order to build muscle. The next thing we need to calculate is your fat intake. Generally, I recommend anywhere between 20 to 35% of your calories being comprised of fats per day. In my case, I go with 30%. That's generally the amount I found works best for me and my goals and my body. Find what numbers work best for you. So we're going to take our caloric surplus number, in my case it's 3,020, multiplied by our fat percentage. In my case, again, it's 0.30, representing 30%, and the number that we get is 906 calories. 906 calories of fat. In order to determine how many grams that is, we simply just divide that number by 9, since each fat gram is made up of 9 calories. And the number that we get is 101 grams of fat. So that's 101 grams of fat and 906 fat calories per day that I need to be taking in order to build muscle. And the last thing we need to figure out is our carb intake. And this one is the simplest one of all because it's the last one and we just designate the rest of our calories to carbohydrates. We take our fat calories and our protein calories, add them together. In this case, my fat calories are 906, my protein calories are 648, and that gives me the number of 1,554 calories. Take that number, subtract it from your caloric surplus, in my case it's 3,020, and the number we get is 1,466 calories of carbohydrates. Divide that by 4 since each gram of carbohydrates is made up of 4 calories, and the number we get is 367 grams of carbohydrates. So now we know exactly how many calories, fats, carbs, and protein we need to eat per day in order to build muscle. In my case, I need to be eating 3,020 calories, 162 grams of protein, 101 grams of fat, and 367 grams of carbs. That's about a breakdown of 50% carbs, 30% fat, and 20% protein. This is what I found works best for me and my current situation, my current goals. I've gone on macronutrient breakdowns that look like 40% carbs, 40% protein, 20% fat, 40% carbs, 35% protein, 25% fat, so on and so on. It takes a little bit of trial and error to find out what macronutrient breakdowns work specifically for you. But I've given you the general guideline and specific percentages you want to stay within for each macro, so find out which numbers work best for you. It's just going to take a little bit of trial and error. The system isn't perfect, but it's as close to perfect as it gets. So now that you know exactly what you need to do when calculating your calories in order to build muscle, start implementing this plan today. Start building yourself muscle immediately. Till next time, peace be with you. The lessons you've learned in this video are just a sneak peek of the complete muscle building blueprint contained in my audio course, Zero to Hero, the 22 Secrets to Building Muscle for Skinny Guys, where you will learn how to determine if your body type reflects that of an ectomorph, endomorph, or a mesomorph in order to significantly increase the chances of pinpointing your specific muscle building macronutrient percentages with the least amount of trial and error. Click the link on your screen right now to reserve one of the 100 available copies for the upcoming release date, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any valuable training videos in the future.